Hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. This is your girl, Miss One and Only. It's been a minute, but I'm back. I am back tonight, and I am happy to be back tonight going live with you YouTubers, with everyone who join in into this live tonight. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope everyone had a beautiful weekend, Easter weekend, and I hope you had a chance to get to see your family, some friends, or whatever it may be. And I hope that you enjoyed yourself. I know that I really enjoyed myself. Um, so with that to say, moving on along until the topic of this live tonight. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. So, tonight, I want to talk about 15 minutes of fame. How do you get 15 minutes of fame? How do you go viral? How do you become the sensation to end up on people's FYP page? Okay, streaming over and over and over again, making a million views and just becoming famous like literally overnight. Sometimes it can be for the good, I can say, and sometimes it can be for the bad. And we are going to get into that as well too a little bit. But first I want to talk about um 15 minutes of fame, going viral. What does it mean? Are you willing to accept what comes with all of that? Because sometimes all that glitter is not gold. So when we hear somebody say, "Oh, 15 minutes of fame." Like, to give you an example, when I was coming up, I was told that it's going to become a day where everybody's going to have their 15 minutes of fame. And when I first heard it, I really didn't understand what the concept of 15 minutes of fame meant. But I did understand what 15 minutes of fame. Okay, your famous time is going to be short, very short, cut down. But I didn't understand the content that um it would project. But as I got older and just recently, I just realized what it really mean to have 15 minutes of fame. And it's because of social media. Social media has played a big part in a lot of our lives, and a lot of the lives of creators, content creator lives, if this is what you're doing. But I remember when I was a young girl, I was about in, I would say, sixth grade. And no, actually, it was seventh grade because this particular teacher taught math. And when you got to seventh grade and eighth grade, you walked to your classes by yourself. So it was the seventh grade, and he was taking groups of the students down to this room. And I would say this was like about 1979, 1980, around about there. And he was telling us, he showed us this computer. And I remember it was um like a off white or tan, I want to say, maybe even. And it was real boxy. And when you turn it on, you see the apple, the different color apples. I mean, the lines in the apple symbol. And that was my first experience with technology. And he was explaining that every every household by the year such and such would have um would would have um would have a computer in the house. And wait a minute, let me see something. Okay. Okay. All right, I guess I don't have to hold it that way. But okay, so he was showing us the computers, and that um he was telling us that the computers would be in every household by the year of such and such. And so I was like, okay, I didn't really know what to really think, at first. I really didn't know what to think. I mean, I was just basically saying that uh I was basically saying that um it's not here yet. So, I couldn't even really come to grips with it all, the to the full extent of everyone having a computer in their home, because around 1979, 1980, I don't even think we had a DVD. I don't even think the DVDs was going around. And actually, a lot of homes, which in my home we have black and white TVs, right? So it, from my childhood up until now, and things are still unraveling. We're still doing new innovative things with the apps and the computer and tablets and phones. So it's like, it's not only did it evolve, but it's still evolving. The technology is still evolving, you know what I'm saying? So um it's been a very um I don't know, it's like it's changed a lot of things. It's changed a lot of things in our lifestyle. It's changed a lot of things, how we get information, and how we can see things in real time. So these kind of things are new, but even though they're new, we're still evolving to go into like AI now. So um it's been a very interesting thing to see, and also even be a part of, like even this part right here. Who would have ever thought that I'd be sitting on a YouTube channel talking to an audience of people and gaining subscribers, becoming monetized, possibly going viral, possibly a brand deal, possibly being famous, possibly being in the movies, possibly having a line of Lord knows what or what. But however, it's like nothing is too far to imagine when you have this kind of technology at your fingertips, and how the world is going crazier and crazier with technology advancing with different things and apps and all kind of gadgets, electronic devices and things like that. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the 15 minutes of fame, being viral, trending on FYP pages, things like that. um so the 15 minutes of fame, as we see, like anybody can just, not just anybody, not saying just anybody, but there has been people that has popped up out of nowhere and like just got instantly famous. And unless you keep the momentum going, unless you work hard to keep that momentum going, it will turn into 15 minutes of fame, because you have to be willing to put the work in. You may get noticed, you may go viral, for a video or something that you doing or did. So you may go viral, but however, if you don't keep the momentum up with being more creative, or producing more of whatever you're doing, then it can die down, it could fizzle. And then guess what? We right on to the next sensation, and it come and it can go just that fast and just that quick, you know what I mean? So you got to stay on top of your game if this is what you want. Now some people, a lot of people, they may go viral, but you probably never hear about them again, or they be around for a little bit and then they kind of fade on out, and then somebody will fade on in. So and that's how um you know having the popularity and going viral can allow you to have 15 minutes of fame. Okay, now some people, it seem like they're 15, for some people it seemed like they've been longer than 15 minutes of fame. So, and then you wonder, well, what are they doing? Because they're hanging around, they're keeping themselves relevant. They working to keep themselves relevant. You know how they working to keep themselves relevant? Because they keep the shenanigans coming. They keep the drama coming. That's how they keep themselves in keep the 15 minutes of fame going on and on and on and on. So 15 minutes of fame. Speaking of 15 minutes of fame, so your girl Peach McIntyre has or she knows a young man named Kenny, and Kenny is part of the LGBT community, and he is also the one that is in Queen Rasta's video with her pasta salad, and she was giving Kenny a taste. She gave him a I guess a container. You know how she sell it. She gave him a container, and yeah, she gave him a container of her pasta salad, and he tasted it, and he said he liked it. That's what he said. He said he liked the pasta salad, and it was really good. And yeah, so but Kenny became viral because of Peach McIntyre mother and Peach McIntyre, I guess, or whatever. So I saw a video today. I saw a video today of Kenny got his hair done. Kenny got his hair done. Somebody somebody did his hair. I don't know if they paid him or not, but Peach McIntyre made a video today, and she was telling people to go ahead, told Kenny to tell the people to pay him $1,111. But if he didn't want to do that, then to tell him to charge them $111 to do his hair. So, I don't know how that's going to work out. I really don't know how that's going to work out with that. But like I was saying, how that's going to work out with that. Yeah, like I was saying though, 15 minutes of fame. How you can go viral. It's so many ways to go viral, so many reasons why you could go viral. And it's like, it could be the difference between day and night. I done seen some really good people go viral on social media. And then I don't seen some people don't go went viral, and I be like, why the hell is they viral? Oh my God, somebody please cancel their ass. Please cancel them. So um I said, but some of the success stories, one of the success stories that I really, really enjoy seeing, and every chance I get, I try to get in on a little snippet of how he's doing now. It's like, I don't know, I would say like the, the black community is really like cheering for him and really want him to do good. I do, you know what I'm saying? Cuz I really feel bad how he was done, but he became viral. First he was, taking the bone out the meat, saying it was tender and everything. We seen him all on the social media doing that. Then we came to find out that he didn't even own the restaurant. And we was like, what? But we didn't care. We went out there to support him. Way. We went out there in droves and numbers, okay? Just to taste his food and to get a little sneak peek of him, or, even talk to him. So we were really, really, really happy about that. Then another one, the girl, y'all remember the girl, the dark skinned, brown skinned girl. She had the dreads, and she said, she sang the jingle. She said, if if I was to make a jingle for Coke, for Dr. Pepper, it would go like this: Dr. Pepper, baby. Don't mind my singing. It's good and nice, or something she say. But she made some money off of that. And that was another viral sensation. 15 minutes of fame, you know what I'm saying? And that was for the good. Now let me tell you about the other viral, and I'm not gonna say sensation, but I'm gonna say disaster. I'm gonna say for her, let's see, um I'm gonna say for her, she's a disaster. Oh, and I found out too about her. Tokyo Tony had the FBI come knocking at her door. And I did a story, well, not a story, but I, gave my comments and my opinions about her situation with her daughter, and the threats that she put out to her daughter. Also known as Black China is her daughter. And Black China is, I would say Black China is an influencer, and she's another one. She took her 15 minutes of fame and she ran with it. Did she not ran with it? She ran all the way up to the Kardashian, the Kim Kardashian brother. She ran all the way over there. And they had a TV show that they was about to do, but I heard allegedly that the mother, whatever her name is, but she put her paws all over it and was like, no, 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 we will not be doing that one. Okay. She was like, no, you better step off. So, but anyway, Black China, being the Black China that she is, Black China went on ahead and did her thing anyway. Black China on Love and Hip Hop. She using that platform to get to the next level. So that's how it should be. Take them 15 minutes of fame, utilize them, and go to the next level. Go to the next stepping stool, because 15 minutes of fame is not long. It's not long at all. It's short lived, okay? And you will be a has been, a forgotten about, a one hit wonder. You will be all of that, left in the past, and then the next new thing up and running. Yeah, so you got to be innovative, you got to be creative, you got to be consistent. dedicated, into whatever it is that you're doing. And when something comes along and you should happen to have 15 minutes of fame, and hopefully it's not for the wrong reasons, but you have 15 minutes of fame that is powerful. It's powerful. It change your life, and then you can help and change other people's lives with the things, from what the things you have been able to do. So it's a win-win situation if you take the 15 minutes of fame and utilize it. Now I'm gonna tell you another person who I don't think is utilizing her 15 minutes of fame. And then I'm gonna tell you how I can't see my chat, guys. I don't know if anybody said hi, but anyways, welcome in the room. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, please, and hit the like button, and don't forget to hit the notification button, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So yeah, so Queen Rasta, her little 15 minutes of fame. She could have got on here and rode the wave. She could have rolled the wave, you know what I'm saying, to the next platform, showed her daughter how to do it. Yes, her daughter may have introduced the YouTube content creation to her, encouraged her at the beginning when they were, cordial and talking with each other. But right now, she took her little 15 minutes of fame and turned it into straight trash. Straight trash, okay? Garbage, okay? Because a lot of the content that she puts out is uh disgusting, nasty. Yeah, disgusting. And I could use some more words, but I won't do that because it's not even necessary. But I'm just giving an example of how we live in a world today where we are so exposed to technology, and yet people come on here to just, you know play games, harass, bully people, talk about people, things like that. And it's like, wow. And then, you have some people that really really want they 15 minutes of fame. They don't care what they do, but they know that that drama is going to attract the crowd. They know that violence, domestic violence, is going to attract the crowd, and I don't know why we tune into that, why we navigate toward that. You know what I'm saying? It's so many other positive aspects to using and utilizing these apps that we have to and able to be monetized off of these apps. So it's like big opportunity. And when you get on here and you get sidetracked and you don't see the bigger picture, it's like, what are you doing? You wasting your time. Why would you get on here and be foolish? I don't know. It really behooves me. Anybody in the chat know why people get on here and cut a fool? That was looking for me. Do anybody know why people would want to get on here and act a fool? Because it's so many opportunities on here on social media, and everybody. And you don't have to have 15 minutes of fame to achieve or acquire your goals. You don't have to do all of that. You can make good money on here without going viral, or or having 15 minutes of fame. There's a lot of things that you can do, to whereas you don't have to, do that. But if it comes to you, then of course I would say make the best of it, utilize it, and keep the momentum and keep the momentum up as well too. So guys, what y'all guys think? Hey, mother of three, how are you? Guys, what y'all guys think? I'm sorry, my Hey, mother of three. I got my other device in my hand trying to see. I'm on my tablet and wait a minute, welcome to the live channel. Okay. Yes, I'm on my tablet going live. And so I couldn't see any of the messages. So I do apologize for that. But thank you for joining in on this Tuesday. How are you? How have you been, mother of three? I seen your little videos. They so cute. I like those. I think you took them from the live, from your lives. Yeah, and you were talking about red flags. That was really good. Yeah. Yeah. So so the 15 minutes of fame, you know, we, like I said, we living in a time and a day where it's so much technology, is so much. I would have never thought that we would be here in my wildest dreams, that it would have turned out like this. So let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all. Let me walk y'all through my first experiences with social, well, not social media, but technology. So when I was a little girl, my mother brought me the speaking spell, because at that time, a lot of people didn't have computers in their homes. A lot of people, this I'm talking about 1979, 1980. A lot of people didn't have color TVs, and as a matter of fact, I got married in 1990, and when I got married and I was in my first apartment, I moved into my first apartment with a black and white TV, y'all. A black and white TV, yes. And then that evolved into I got a color TV. And I think floor models was still in style. And then came the big screens with the big back, and they was big and tall and heavy. And then we transferred over to the flat screens. But anyway, so when I was a little girl, my mother, she got me the speaking spell, and I really liked it. That I played with that every day. I couldn't spell a darn thing hardly, but I played with it. I spelled what it sounded like. I spelled it. So she got me that, and I was interested in that. So then about time the computers, you were able to get a computer in the home. I didn't get a computer in my home until after I was married. I had got a computer. And that at that time it was ALO, I believe. It was like a disc. You had to slide the disc into the computer. Y'all remember that? And that would be your internet, and that's how internet was. We wasn't talking about apps and none of that. We wasn't talking about Microsoft or none of that. It was just, you hook up to the internet and you could Google search some stuff or whatever and stuff like that. And then that was my other experience with technology. And then about the year 2007, I will say this was when my another whole world opened up. In 2007, I hopped on Facebook. And from that moment all the way up until now, as we know, a lot of things have advanced, and a lot of new things to do on the app and everything like that. And so now coming up to this time future, so um I got on TikTok in like 2019. 2019 was my first time It was my first time getting on TikTok. And when I got on TikTok, I just used to scroll. I used to watch people dance. I used to laugh at everything. I just used to scroll. And then one day I was scrolling and I saw a shopping cart down at the bottom, and it was, trying to promote and sell whatever the item was. And I was like, Then I kept seeing more and more and more and more of those. And I was like, you can make money. You can make money on this app. Oh, okay. And that was my first awareness of you can get on these platforms and you can monetize yourself. So to say the least, um I got up to like 5,000 followers on TikTok. I was trying to have a TikTok shop. It was a lot of stuff that I didn't know how to operate and do behind the scenes, but I wasn't really successful with that all too much. So yeah, so I end up leaving TikTok and realizing that YouTube I felt was more stabler, because the first time when TikTok shut everything down, when they shut us down for like 2 or 3 days, I don't remember how many days it was. I was like, oh, okay, I ain't got time for this. So I remember, Peach McIntyre was like, I'm monetized on all social media platforms. And so then I was like, I came on over to YouTube and I kind of played around a little bit. And then I was like, I came back to YouTube. And then when I came back to YouTube, I really saw things. I saw an opportunity. I saw more things. And then I was like, when I got a couple subscribers, then I was able to go live. I was really excited about that. And I was saying to myself, okay, this is definitely avenue here. This is something that I could get into, because I was already doing content creating over there on TikTok. So let me come on over here and utilize this platform and try to do a couple things over here. And you know what? I don't have 5,000 subscribers on YouTube right now, but I feel like I'm more successful over here because I learned more and I'm still learning more over here. TikTok is about a bunch of drama, domestic violence, dancing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's information over there, but over here on YouTube, you can find the good information. You can find some things over here that could change your life. You know what I mean? So I really like it over here on YouTube. But let's not mistake this YouTube and social media content creator uh issue. Excuse me. It's rough out here in these YouTube streets, social media streets. It's rough out here. Okay. And you got to know how to will and deal. You got to be stern, you got to be firm. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of snakes and potholes and obstacles that can come your way, and have you fall right on your face. Okay, so don't get it twisted. Don't get caught up with this content creator type of madness, whatever kind of crap. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it's things that, you know what I'm saying, you got to be prepared to deal with when you are a content creator. It's things you got to deal with, excuse me. It's things you got to deal with when you got your 15 minutes of fame. Okay? So we just have to be vigilant and understanding what comes with this. And then when we understand that, then we got to learn. If we don't know, we got to learn how to utilize what we have and protect what we have, and also at the same time utilize it, utilize this platform. Don't get caught up with the don't get caught up. Try not to. And I'm not saying it like I'm perfect, because I don't know. I'm learning. Listen, I'm watching, I'm listening, and I'm learning too. I really am. Because this stuff, the stuff that happened with the content creators, and I'm not mentioning no names, but because if you know, you know. But the stuff that happened with that's crazy. That is crazy. But you know what? It was some good that came out of that. And I'm glad to see that it was some good to come out of it. Um, yeah, so, being a content creator is just like I look at it like this. I used to do hair, and doing hair is very catty. It's very, very catty. And you gotta watch yourself in them hair shops. You gotta watch yourself, because from my experience, I had some experience, even to the point where it got to a physical altercation. And and I was like, wow, I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But I survived it. I got through whatever I went through. And but it's very catty. Hair business is very catty, and social media can be catty as well too, so we just got to be vigilant, and listen and learn, and to pay attention to. But don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you. We can't be discouraged because something happened. Got that's where the tough skin come in at. When something happens, you assess it, you figure out, oh, okay, well, how can I make the situation better? How can I move on from the situation in the most positive and in the redirected way that I could possibly go? So yeah, you know so I took a little break. I didn't take a break because I wanted to take a break, but I kind of been busy. Life been lifing for me and the grandkids, and so I just been a little bit busy. But I'm glad I had a chance to sit down, because I just been like going. Like, I really had to think today. I said, wait a minute. Don't go back out. Don't go back out. No, you need to go home, and you need to relax, you know what I'm saying? And not let this be a busy day today. Let this be some of this day be for you. So me on live tonight, this is for me, and I hope it's for you too. I hope you guys enjoy sitting here listening to me talking about 15 minutes of fame, and yeah, just enjoying the talk. Yeah, sure am. So yeah, so I came on home. We ate out today. Let me tell y'all what we ate, because I was supposed to make some fried chicken wings and get some Tops pizza. We love the Tops frozen pizza. And we was gonna eat that, but I was out. So we stopped at the Spanish place, and I got them a pastelito, and what else? Uh yeah, just a pastelito and that, and then I had got me some rice and some fried pork bites. I don't know how to really describe it, but every time I go there, I always get those fried pork, fried shoulder porks. Yeah, they cut them up into pieces. And then I was debating on whether or not I should go home and cook and do that, but I was like, nah, not in the mood to do that. So I stopped at McDonald's and got them a sandwich and some fries. just so they can have, make sure their bellies is full. Cause they'd ate them pastelitos and been like, "Where's dinner?" But that wasn't really dinner. That was just something to put in their bellies, cause we was out. So, but that's what we had for dinner tonight. But tomorrow I will be cooking the chicken and making some pizza. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I cook a lot. I cook a lot, but sometimes, it be a lot of things going on. So sometimes you want to shorten it up sometimes. But yeah, it's been busy for me. So I had the opportunity to come tonight and sit down and chill out cuz I don't want to, I've been saying, "Oh shoot, I need to make some videos. I need to do some shorts. I need to go live. I need to do this and that." And I'm like, "Okay, you know what? Don't don't get discouraged. And even when you know you should be doing what you should be doing, making them videos, doing your lives and your shorts and everything, even though you might get away from it as long, maybe a little longer than what you anticipated, but that's okay long as you get back in and keep on continuing, and then put your mind to amping it up, turning it up or whatever. So that's what I'm doing because I keep looking at the prize, like the end result, like the goal, my goal set. So I keep looking at that, and that's what kind of like drives me and to keep me focused and keep me pushing because I want to finish. I want to finish what I want to accomplish. So I have to stay in it in the long. I have to go through it, through the long haul, whatever it is, whatever it takes to go through it. But it's just one of them things to whereas if you make it slow, it'll be slow. If you make it fast, it'll be fast for you. You know what I'm saying? But however, I just keep running through my thought process. Continue to be consistent. Even if we slack off a day or two, just keep telling yourself, get back up and move forward and keep trying. Every time you get back to it, keep trying, keep aiming and keep aiming. And so like that's what I do to motivate me and to keep me focused on going because it is something that I want to do. It is something that I enjoy doing. And it's also you know you can take this, and you can be as professional as you want it to be. You can brand yourself however you want to brand yourself. It's so many things to do from this one particular platform as well as other social platforms as well too. But I find that this one I think I just like this one. I think this one is the best to me. But let me know what y'all think. Do y'all usually use YouTube more than y'all do the other apps? Cause I just use this app. I mean, like I use other apps for other things, not like social media, but I mean like is YouTube your to go to app most of the time? Do you spend when you get on your phone or your tablet or your computer, do you spend the majority of your time on YouTube or do you like go back and forth between YouTube and maybe another app that you like to watch? I don't know. Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know. Oh yeah, guys. I don't know where y'all at, but where I'm at, I came outside this morning. I was so annoyed, so aggravated, like, and I don't mean to be like this because I know that this is God's world and everything, and I don't mean to be ungrateful or unthankful. But it's just, yeah, I'm like at this point, we done had Easter. And at this point, I don't want to come outside in my winter coat. So today I came out. I had a t-shirt and my hoodie on because I didn't want to put my winter coat. I didn't want to put my winter coat on and be and then be in the car, be all bulky, but it's not really cold in the car because you can put the heat on. So now you hot in the car with your big coat on, and I didn't want to be big and bulky, but when I went out there today, and then when I went to step on my stairs, it was snow icy on my stairs. I was like, what? What? Why? Why? What? We don't got past April. Easter. Okay, mother of three. You have a good night. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, what's going on here? But I mean, it's not unexpected. Where I live, um to see a little snow on Easter, because Easter, sometimes we just may get a little snow, but it just didn't feel good. I didn't want to I didn't want to feel it like that. I'm anticipating on going outside, and it's it's nice weather outside. Yeah, so I want to thank everybody that came into the room tonight. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for coming in my live. Thank you so much. So yeah, all right then. I am going to be ending this live. Yeah, gonna be ending this live. If you guys haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, Miss One and Only, and hit the like button for me, and don't forget to turn on your notification button, because when I come on, you'll be able to know to come on in. Yes. Well, I hope that everyone has a blessed evening on this Tuesday evening, and that your day be filled with blessings and prosperity and productivity. So I am leaving tonight. You guys have a blessed one. Stay safe and see you soon.